think that Sanjayleelabhansali is the perfect person to create a love story of this grandeur on the small screen, but hello everybody, today we're talking about Heeramandi, the Diamond Bazaar, directed by Sanjayleelabhansali. This is the first series from this great director on an OTT platform, and that too by Netflix. The whole show actually took around 200 crores budget to be prepared in. It has a huge ensemble cast, total of 8 episodes. The story is actually set in the red light district Heeramandi in Lahore, where 2 generations of Tawaids are actually living in this area. They call themselves the Queens of Lahore, and they have high influence over the Nawabs and the people around them. The gang leader is Malika Jan, played by Manishakoirala, who seems to have actually a love-hate relation with everybody around her, be it her daughters, her sisters, her nieces, her maids, her servants, her driver. Everyone hates her and she hates everyone. This is what it looks like. The story moves forward when one of her relatives come back seeking for revenge, and you can see these 2 ladies playing a game of chess using the Nawabs, their relatives, even the British to move ahead in this game. Parallelly, another story is unfolding of Indian independence movement that's taking place, and the third story that's going on is a love story between a Tawaif and a Nawab. Now, talking about the positive aspects of the show, it is aesthetically so beautiful. The intricate set designs, the beautiful costume and jewelry, even the colors are so vibrant. This is classic Bhansali that you're seeing here. If Heeramandi has made his mark internationally with his music, Netflix is definitely going to help Bhansali make his mark internationally for his aesthetic brilliance and vision. Second point is Malika Jan, played by Manishakoirala. This character and this actress has completely taken over the scene. It is impossible to focus on any other actor while she's on screen. Her body language, her sly mannerisms, the way she gradually smiles, the attitude with which she speaks as a huzur is all perfectly done. And it's great to see Manisha working again with Bhansali after 28 years. She was his first heroine in the movie Khamoshi. So this is like a good reunion for them and for us to watch as well. Point number 3, I really liked Sonakshisinha's performance, and Aditi Rao is obviously always good, and the actor who played Tajdar. They all actually left a good impression on me over the series. The fourth point I liked is the fact that the show is like a musical. For us, we're used to the Bhansali format, and for us, it's usual to have music in our shows, not shows, I mean movies. But for international audience who are watching this on Netflix, they're going to identify the show as a musical, and this would be a different treat for them. So I like the fact that Bhansali stuck to this format. We get music in every episode. We get songs that are classical songs, true to the genre, and they're quite catchy as well. My favorite so far is Tilas Mein Bahein. The fifth point I liked about the show was the supporting cast. The character of Fatto, Sato, Saima and Iqbal, and a couple of others. They were really interesting to watch. These actors have done a fine job, and they have absolutely elevated the show up. In fact, I had a feeling that if Bhansali had taken the show in a Downton Abbey route and gave us more about these maids and servants storyline and their relation with the owners, or like with Malika Jan, I would have enjoyed it even further. Okay, now let's talk about the disappointing aspects of the show. I'm going to be diving into a couple of spoilers. So if you haven't seen the show, I request you to mute it or stop and come back to it later. You have been warned, okay? So point number 1 is the weak story and the bad plot points, okay? The story actually started off really well for me. The first and second episode really set a foundation for us. We could understand where the emotion of these women were, where the resentments are coming out of, what is the power struggle that's going on between these people. And all of that was like building up a really good momentum for me to know what's going to happen next. Unfortunately, after the first 2 episodes, everything just kept coming down like my YouTube views. What was actually puzzling to me is that why are these women openly giving threats and openly letting everyone know their plans? I mean, these are women who are manipulative, conniving, cunning, thinking far ahead, strategizing and planning on how to stay ahead in their life with zero emotions or very little emotions. How can you make silly mistakes like this? Okay, I would give you one example. If you are such a smart woman, why would you give the document that could literally destroy you to a person who actually hates you and that you know hates you for very good reasons? Okay. So you see how frustrating some of these plot points were for me? Point number 2 is the love story. It did not work for me at all. Initially, when the sparks flew between the character of Tajdar and Alam, it was nice and it was cheery and bubbly and cute. But as the episodes progressed, I kept wondering, why are these two even together? Like they barely know each other. Maybe it's because we have such high expectations of the lovers from Bhansali universe, but this couple, they did not have the passion of Ram Leela. They did not have the devotion of Bajirao Mastani. Neither did they have the reverence of Padmavat. So all in all, it was a very dull love story and I was just not buying into it. In fact, I kept identifying all the red flags in the situation. The third point for me was the acting by Sherminsegal, who played Alam. She is a good actress when it came to light and funny moments, but when there was requirement for gravitas and very serious scenes, she just could not pull it off. I was pretty much confused with her expressions sometimes. Was she smiling? Was she happy? Is she relieved? Is she confused? It was hard to read her expressions and she looked quite monotonous in a lot of them. And that might be the reason why I found the love story quite lagging as well. After the first 2 episodes, I felt like the show was going pretty slowly. The love story was very dragged. Even the other kind of plot points were just dragging along left and right. And in the very end, the last 2 episodes, or literally the last episode, was so rushed. Suddenly the disputes kind of sorted itself out. The internal sister rivalries were like calmed down and everyone just plotted against one common enemy. And the last 15 minutes almost seemed comical to me. It felt too rushed. It felt like it was not well prepared and they were just rushing to finish the show. Which is why by the end I felt very unsatisfied. I feel like if they had cut the show a little bit shorter and made it a 6-episode show, it would have had a little bit more impact. So that's my take on the show Heeramandi. I would love to know what you thought about it. I have a feeling if you're a woman, you would actually appreciate the show a little bit more, maybe for the aesthetics, if not for anything, at least for the costume and jewelry. But if you're a guy, you really might not be into this. Everyone is different, of course. When I checked with my sister, she actually enjoyed the show. She said that she liked the fact it is from a time that is way before we were born and it's of another era, which is what she was really looking forward to. Whatever you thought about it, please let me know in the comments below. And if you like this review, please press a like and share and subscribe button. Until next time, ciao ciao.